We gotta talk about the latest on Trevor Bauer, which is a volatile topic, understandably, and even more volatile today because of the latest article that happened about a half an hour before showtime over on The Athletic. Let's just kind of start from the top. Trevor Bauer is still a free agent. No shock. Reportedly, the Angels are out of the running on Trevor Bauer because the pitching coach hates him. Newsflash, right now, everybody who has a soul hates the pitching coach, Mickey Callaway. And I'm not going to get into it because it's not our place, and I don't want to deal with the comments of people who are just mean-spirited and bad people. But if somebody tells you no, no means no. Respect an ignored text message. Respect women in general. Respect women in the workplace. Respect everybody. Don't be a dick. This has been FRG's Advice Corner. Take that with you. Don't be a dick.
That's
plain and simple. Yeah. Again, you've probably seen it all on the internet. Roach saying F that I'm not even going to say the guy, but there's a Barstool guy. Barstool gonna Barstool. Sometimes they do really good things. A lot of times they don't.
Right.
Who's the Barstool guy? I can't think of his name right now, even though he's been all over with the Stunks. What's his name?
It's the Stool Presidente. That's
Dave Portnoy. He's financially he's done a lot to a lot of really good with money and helping people get through financially through the pandemic. A lot of restaurants, mom and pop owned shops. So I'm not going to diss him on the philanthropy side of things, but much like the Mets need to do, you need to know who's working for you. You need to know the value of the person inside that's working for you. And Mickey Callaway is a dick and a shitty person. We're gonna get off of that again. So Trevor Bauer, also a dick.
Good transition.
Trevor Bauer, also a dick. Anaheim is reportedly out on him, even though we will say otherwise. Potentially, thanks to our friend Bob Nightengale, who we will get a clip from him on Bauer's free agency. Weaving together this story on Bauer here. Toronto was a guy who's been linked to Trevor all offseason. They picked up Steven Matz from the Mets. Hey, that's a fun one to say. Oh. And after adding they added George Springer, Marcus Simeon, and Matt's money. That's a lot of money. They apparently still have payroll to play with, like $35 million or something like that. So they're shedding money. Okay. Are they really in play, in your opinion? Sorry, the Mets side. The Mets are shedding money. I'm going to focus on the Toronto side first. The Mets have added payroll, a lot of payroll. They still have payroll to play with. Would they add somebody that's like maybe a $35 million a year guy? Do you think they would go that route?
I don't think that they would go that in on this year. I think that there are obviously pieces that can get them there, but I just don't think that they're going to go all in on a Bauer situation. That's too much for me. That's too much for me to see the Blue Jays doing. I don't think so. If you're talking about the Mets, I can see that. Easy.
Yeah, they shed that $5 million ish on the Steven Matz trade to the Toronto Blue Jays, which again, it feels like it takes Toronto slightly out of the running. It feels like it adds the Mets sort of into the running. But you look, they got some pitching, sort of. Top three is solid.
I know. I mean, if you're looking at historically World Series teams, like the Nationals got it done with three pitchers, and it's been proven that you can get pretty far in a playoff series with just three really good pitchers and a three-headed monster. So, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that the Mets have what it takes. If you have Jacob deGrom in your starting rotation, you're already in a good spot to get stuff done. So I think that they're in a good spot that way, but also they're adding defense and offense. So I think the Mets are looking good, in my opinion. I don't think they need to spend the money on Bauer. I don't think anybody should spend that money on Bauer because I don't think he's as good as he thinks he is. But, you know, it's up to you. I won't tell you how to spend your money.
Put that on a shirt and put Luba Sports under it.
welcome.
It's not as good as you think it is. But yeah, again, the Mets have DeGrom. They just picked up the Cookie Carrasco. They got Marcus Stroman. So that is a quality top 3. And they have some other, serviceable guys to back them up. Even if they wanted to plug in, who's the guy I've been talking about, the reliever for years that's also started. Anyways, they have a guy. Lugo? Yeah, Seth Lugo is a guy they could plug in. But David Peterson, whatever that is, they just pick up that one time for like 2 starts, Dodger killer Joey Lucchesi, who they can plug into the rotation. Today they picked up Jordan Yamamoto, who had a bad but good by some people's standard season with the Marlins in, I think, 2019, his rookie year, and was god awful last year. So they have some bodies that they could plug in. Noah Syndergaard's going to be back probably mid-season, a little bit after. You don't need Trevor Bauer. You don't need, like you said perfectly, you can get by with those top 3. You could just burn them into the ground. You mentioned the Nats. Boston did it. The Red Sox straight up did it. In a way, in the cheating year, the Astros did it with their starters, because they just ended up plugging a lot of their starters into the bullpen. So maybe a little bit less so, but on the Bauer stuff, this is my favorite thing today. Before I say that, because I have a great graphic from our guy Eddie. The reports were that it was down to the Dodgers and the Mets for the Trevor Bauer sweepstakes. And I guess over the weekend, they built a platform for Trevor Bauer to announce his decision, which is pathetic in my opinion. But I'm going to go, there's LeBauer. We got the decision 2021, Trevor Bauer edition. It's not going to be on ESPN. It's probably going to be on his YouTube channel. But I want you to react. I want you to laugh first, and then I want you to react.
I'll react to it, because I think it's just like, when LeBron did his, taking my talents to South Beach thing, people laughed at it. Like, people thought it was a pretty funny thing. They're like, wow, this guy really is really high on himself. Huh? But also at the time, that was a huge decision. Like, a lot of people were paying attention to that. Like, the entire country, even if you weren't a fan of basketball, you were like, where's LeBron going? Like, he's the best player in the game right now. Where's he going? That's not the case here. You're not looking at the best player in baseball leaving. You're not looking at like a high pro. I mean, he's won the National League Cy Young Award. I can't take that away from him. He won it. There's nothing I can do about it.
It's
just so funny to me to be like, everyone look at me. I'm doing this right now. And you know what? He's building his YouTube platform. It sounds like he wants to be that guy. He wants to be an influencer or whatever he does on YouTube. If that's his brand, that's his brand. I'm not going to knock it. If he wants to make money that way, let him make money that way. But don't be surprised if you get laughed at a little bit along the way, man, because people are going to laugh at this one.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I understand it. This is the only time in his life he's going to be able to do something like this. Why not soak it up? He's never going to win another Cy Young Award. Hey, guys, bookmark that, all right? Feel free. I would happily eat crow on that one down the road. But I'm never going to say respect, but for lack of a better word, I'll give him the respect of taking advantage of the platform and the situation that he's never going to get again. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with this thing, with this Bauer situation. Our boy Bob, Mr. Bob Nightengale, who on the stream side, you guys will actually be able to hear this time, I hope. I'm going to knock on table. This is what Bob told us earlier today about the Trevor Bauer free agency.
I just got to get your opinion. Not asking for any information here, just your opinion. Where do you think Trevor Bauer lands long term?
I got to go to the Mets. Right now, as we're speaking, I don't think he has another formal offer. I really don't. I mean, the Dodgers always kind of hang back and, kind of do a lowball offer. They did that with Bryce Harper. They even did that with DJ LeMahieu. I don't see him doing that. I don't rule out the Angels. I know there's been stories that the Angels are out. They're not out. They're still hanging around. But yeah, I mean, I still think the Mets make the most sense. It'll be interesting too with the new owner, Steve Cohen, having the financial thing last week, losing about $1.5 billion in the stock market. I would think this might make him more aggressive, saying, "Hey, I want to show that my losses on the personal side have nothing to do with the team."
Bob, we got a Bob bomb there that he doesn't think Trevor has any other offers, legitimate offers on the table, other than the one that's been sort of leaked about the Mets or from the Mets. Do you think that's Bob just kind of talking because we blindsided him with the question, or you think that's pretty accurate?
I mean, we did blindside him with a question. To be fair, we didn't really plan on that one till late in the game, but that's okay. That's on us. I do think that is realistic. He talked about a little bit about the Dodgers kind of lowballing people and then kind of waiting in the wings to see what happens. And that seems to be a recurring theme with Andrew Friedman, where he'll kick the tires on a pretty big name free agent. He'll give him an offer he kind of knows that they're not going to accept, just to let him know that they're interested in him and they are willing to talk to them. And then he'll let everybody else do the negotiating. He's not going to be leveraged against. He's not going to be used as leverage for teams or free agents. He's not going to be that guy. But if he comes back and says, hey, this is my offer, then I'm sure there's been multiple occasions where he's been like, all right, good luck in New York, Garrett Cole, or good luck with the Phillies, Bryce Harper. Yeah. I'm not touching that offer. So I think that there's a lot of truth to that. It does seem very Andrew Friedman-esque to be that kind of guy. He's a smart dude. He's not going to overpay for anybody unless ownership makes him. And that's only been in one particular case, but that's okay. It would make sense to me that the Mets would be the only team in him. It's kind of funny to me that he had this huge market that was expected to be out for him, and it seems like there's really only one or two teams in on him. Kind of funny to me.
No, it's very funny. Let's be real. It's very funny.
It's very
that
funny.
He thought half the league would be in on him, and it comes down to maybe 1.5 teams honestly in on him. You love it. I mean, the person that loves pain inside me would love to see him not get a contract offer at all. I think that would be hilarious. And it shows you can't just come in and shake up the way free agency has gone through, over the years. People don't care about you. People sure as hell don't care about your agent and working out and what coffee and if she's packing her suitcase to travel that day, or if you guys are having a lovely date in Colorado or wherever you were skiing or whatever the hell it was. People don't care about that. They want to know where the hell you're playing baseball. They want to know what you're doing to get ready to play baseball. And on an influencer, air quote influencer level, with Bauer, like in season when he's focused, when he has baseball to distract him from being a troll or what's the other word they call it? A
butthead.
I'm gonna go with that. Being a butthead to people on Twitter, harassing butthead at that. When it's in season, he puts out fun, interesting content. You do get to see the behind the scenes, and respect to him for that, trying to advance baseball for the fans, because we very much know baseball's behind at the times and a lot of stuff, but all the other stuff that gets involved with it, I don't know. I don't want to get again. I know how quickly we can get off on a tangent on this, and I already told people to not be a dick.
Yeah, it's okay. I get asked a lot, because people know that I don't like Trevor Bauer and I don't really want him to be on the Dodgers, and that's something I'm pretty straightforward about. And I don't mind being straightforward about that. But people ask me all the time. They're like, "Well, what are you going to do if he's on the team?" And I'm like, I don't know. There's already a couple dudes on the team that I don't like. It doesn't mean that I don't root for the Dodgers. It's a team sport. I don't care about that guy.
Yeah.
So, okay. Again, if he's on your team and you don't like him, you can still root for the Dodgers. It's not an issue. On
a straight up baseball level, he would be great for the Dodgers, because I've mentioned it before. I would love to see pitcher mind Trevor Bauer working with Clayton Kershaw, or talking to Clayton Kershaw, just sitting, in the dugout during a game with Kersh and with Walker Buehler, talking about game, talking about different pitches and grips and things like that. That would be fun. It's all the rest of the stuff that man, there's a lot that gets involved in it. The Dodgers can get away with it in a way. The Dodgers can mask it. The Dodgers are such a good group of people that they could teach him how to be a man, probably. But I don't know if I want all of the show that goes along with it. But I agree with you. If he becomes a Dodger, you know what? I'm not going to root against somebody on my team. But if he does something to hurt somebody, whether it be emotionally or physically, that's not going to fly, and that's understandable.
It is what it is, guys. You make the best out of your team. You decide how to be a fan. I'm not going to tell you how to be a fan.